Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Coffee with CartLaw Alabama. I'm Daryl Cartwright, an attorney in Birmingham, practicing throughout the state. I do a lot of estate planning work for clients or with clients, and today I wanted to talk to you about a practical issue, and that is what happens after we conclude the estate planning process with those original estate planning documents. Sometimes clients will ask me that question and they'll tell me they have a bank safe deposit box and they'll want to know if that's a good location for them to keep the original estate planning documents. The answer, unfortunately, is a resounding no. Please do not keep these original documents in your bank safe deposit box. And let's talk about why that is. First, let's think about the estate planning documents in general. We kind of have two different sets, a certain set that are used during a lifetime if needed, and then another set that are used after death. During a lifetime, you may have a financial general durable power of attorney, a healthcare power of attorney or healthcare proxy, maybe a living will or an advance directive. These documents, if they are needed, are usually needed in an emergency kind of situation. And when do we plan those emergencies? See how silly that sounded? We don't plan emergencies, do we? They just occur. Do they occur during normal banking hours? Well, maybe you can do it 9 to 5 or whenever banking hours are these days. That's probably too long, isn't it? But maybe they'll occur after banking hours. Maybe they'll occur on a weekend. Maybe they'll occur on a bank holiday. And then think about who has access to that safe deposit box. Yes, you have access to it as the owner of that safe deposit box, but will your agent, who may need to access your original healthcare power of attorney in order to help make healthcare decisions for you when you can't make them for yourself, will they be able to access your safe deposit box? Likely not, or maybe not at least. Same thing for a financial general durable power of attorney and maybe even your living will. And what about after death? You may have a last will and testament and a revocable trust, maybe a letter of instruction or funeral and burial instructions documents. And you know that your executor has the power to access your safe deposit box. But did you know that your executor is not your executor just because you named them in the will? They are your executor when the probate judge appoints them as the executor. Well, how are they appointed as the executor? Well, the executor then takes the original will to probate court, and probate judge approves that and gives them letters testamentary. You see the problem here, don't you? It's a vicious circle. How can they be named as the executor if they need the original will to access the bank's safe deposit box, but they can't access the bank's safe deposit box unless they're named as the executor? By the time you get all this sorted out, especially if we're talking about your funeral and burial instructions or letter of instructions document, the person's already been buried or cremated and their funeral has already taken place and it's too late. So these kind of documents, which may be needed in an emergency kind of situation, in an immediate kind of situation on a moment's notice, they need to be kept somewhere else. They need to be kept somewhere that is accessible by you and your family if it's needed. I recommend that all my clients invest in a fireproof safe for at home to be kept in a secure location, bolted down to the floor, so that you and your loved ones can access that in an emergency situation 7 days a week, 365 days a year. In that way, in the event the emergency comes up, you have the ability to handle that emergency without having to worry about whether you can get into the bank or not. So what do you put in that bank safe deposit box? I recommend that you keep a copy of all your original estate planning documents, put it on a flash drive. Put that flash drive in your bank safe deposit box, along with maybe a flash drive of the inventory of your house for insurance purposes, and some other documents like maybe marriage certificates or birth certificates, social security cards, things that you don't need on an everyday kind of basis and can access by appointment if needed. They aren't emergency kind of situations. That's the kind of thing that should go into your safe deposit box. The other things, let your family have access to them if they need them a lot more expediently than that. I hope this has helped. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.